I recently met up with a subscriber to this channel who had just bought an Akiya here in Wakayama. We hit it off straight away, and now she's flown back to Japan to pick up the keys to her brand new house. Well, it's her new old house. So today we're going to have a tour of Monica's Akiya, and I'm going to interview her and ask her lots of questions about how she found the house and how much she actually paid for it. Stick around as I spent 2 days with Monica setting up her new house. We'll also go shopping to buy all of the essentials that she needs to set up her new house here in Japan. You're going to get a sneak peek on what it's like for someone who's just picked up the keys to their brand new Akiya. So we're just leaving the hotel and we're about a 30-minute drive out of Wakayama City. It was perfect timing because just as we pulled up, Monica's first lot of deliveries have just arrived. It's a great idea if you don't drive or you haven't got transport to get all your furniture or larger heavy items delivered. Amazon Prime in Japan has next day delivery and it's pretty accurate. So we've got a few deliveries arriving throughout the day, plus the air conditioner man is coming to quote for the aircon installation.
That's probably table, so we will have something.
Oh, it's his table! Yeah! So let's get straight into this house tour of Monica's Akiya. Now, as you can see, a really nice genkan or entranceway, and all of the furniture and old items have been removed and the house has been reformed, and it's reformed to quite a good standard. And Monica will explain a bit later on what the situation is regarding this particular Akiya. Thankfully, they've retained all of the beautiful traditional Japanese features like the tatami mats, and these have all been replaced and they're brand new tatami mats. We also have a beautiful ranma dividing the two rooms here, and the doors are the traditional paper shoji doors. This house has 6 bedrooms. It is very large, and as you can see, this bathroom is also large. Now, the change room area has been renovated, but the bathroom itself hasn't been renovated, but it's quite fine as it is. And they have installed a new toilet. And just like my place, the toilet's on a septic system. Now onto the kitchen. Again, the kitchen hasn't been replaced, but it is in totally fine order, and it comes with a dishwasher. How amazing is that? I haven't seen one of these for ages. Hot water system is gas, which is outside. That also heats up the bath. And under the floor storage, when we had a look, we could see that all the pipes have been replaced. So the house has all new flooring and all new wallpaper, and if you look closely, a lot of the trim has also been replaced. Just off the kitchen, we have a side door which leads you to the side area. And then you walk through into your what will be her dining room area. From the dining room area, we have another room which she mentioned might be a study or a work from home office. It's all very light with lots of windows everywhere. And finally, the master bedroom, which has beautiful ornate details everywhere, and a tokonoma. The windows have the special sliding shoji as well, so you can look outside at your garden. And Monica has some lovely plans for what she wants to do with this garden. You can see here it's covered in black plastic, and that's just because no one's been living here, and it's to keep the weeds down, because in Japan everything grows like crazy, especially weeds. So we're headed upstairs, and at the top of the stairs there's a little access room or storage room. She said their kids are going to make that into a cubby house. And once again, there's windows everywhere. It's really light and airy. This room has the sunakabe. It's the only room in the house with sunakabe. and there's a veranda off here. It's such a big house, and just as we were having a look at the very last room in the house, it did start to rain, and we could hear that the air conditioning man had come to give Monica a quote for the installation of all her aircon units. Oh, poor guy.
Yeah.
He arrived just as it's raining.
Just started.
All the old air conditioning units were removed when the reformers came in to renovate, and Monica would like to reinstall them. Now, lucky for her, a lot of the power points are in the right location, and it already is set up for the right breaker for the load. And the guy's just going in the roof cavity to check that everything's in order. He told us afterwards it was going to be a really easy install. So now we're unpacking all of the boxes that had arrived at the doorstep, and more are coming, and we're starting to set up Monica's lounge room. Our first job is to build a coffee table. If you're new to the channel, it's probably a bit late for me to introduce myself now, but my name is Chani, and I moved to Japan on my own over a year ago. I'm a middle-aged Australian, and I live with my cat Millie in an Akiya that I also bought and have been renovating here in Wakayama. So I'd love it if you liked, subscribed, and sent me a comment. It's always lovely to hear from subscribers on the channel. So let's interview Monica about how she bought this house, what was her process, and how much did she pay for this wonderful 6-bedroom home just half an hour out of Wakayama. So Monica, why did you want to buy a house in Japan? I guess that's my first question.
I think it began the moment we left Japan, because we used to live here for a few years. And that we left Japan, I was like, yeah, it would be nice to have a house here. Still trying to come to Japan as often as possible. Have so many new types of visas since I think last year or so. So we think we'll see about that. But for now, it's going to be tourist visa. It's still 90 days for us, so that's quite long. Even if we decide to come here for a workation.
How did you find this house? Like, what was the process like to start finding a house, and where did you start? What was step one for you?
It's not a quick process. You have to remember that and everyone who thinks about or even starts thinking about buying a house, it's a long and, well, let's not hide it, painful process to find the house. First I started looking online, but I didn't start with searching the listings.
Okay.
I started with searching the area that would suit our idea of the house. Then the line. This is important.
Yes.
You have to think about how are you going to commute between different places. But if you know that you are not going to rely on the car all the time, you have to think about trains.
Narrow down the train line.
Exactly. And then I was thinking about what do we want to do with the house, because we are thinking about sometime in the future renting out this place, and we are going to probably apply for the smallest type, I don't know how to call it. It's like the first type that allows you to rent I think up to 180 days for yourself.
So with this house, like, it was partially renovated, so walking in, it's like everything smells brand new, the tatamis are brand new. So what was the situation with this house?
This is a very unusual situation, actually. Yes, it's far away. For most Japanese, 20-something minutes walk to the station is just too far. But still, having this house emptied from any stuff that the previous owner had.
So it was originally a vacant house?
It was Akiya. And it used to be Akiya for the last 5 or 6 years. Quite recently, I think last year or so, a renovation company bought it from the previous owners. renovated it, thinking about only selling that. And that's how we got the house. So they emptied everything, they renovated all the walls, ceilings, floors, all the necessary parts of the building, including plumbing.
All new plumbing. How lovely.
You know about it.
I would have loved all new plumbing. That's fabulous. Yeah. So all new plumbing, you've got all new tatami mats, new
Yes.
wallpaper,
Yes.
new light fittings downstairs.
That's unusual. That's very
to be
unusual.
able to walk straight in with your
Exactly.
suitcase,
Exactly.
put some
That's
furniture
what we
down.
did today.
Yes, we walk straight in the door and it's ready to go.
Exactly.
How amazing. And I think everyone would love to know, how much did you pay for this house?
Yes. So it was a bargain. Without tax and so on, the price was over 4 million yen. We negotiate because it stayed, even though it was renovated, it
Yes.
stayed on the market for quite long, far away from the line, the main line. There are only few people living in the area. Most
Yeah.
of them are old people, so that's not very attractive. There are no schools very close to the building. The first asking price, I think it was 4,300,000.
Okay.
So they went down 300.
You own this house. So that was day one, and day two we're planning to hit the shops hard and buy all of the things that Monica didn't get online. I'm excited to be able to do this with Monica because I know when I first arrived I didn't have anyone to help me or drive me around or show me where the shops are, so I know exactly what it feels like to arrive in a new city and really not know where things are. I have a feeling we're going to be gone for quite a few hours because we're starting with breakfast. So I'm going to give Millie a little one of her favourite treats and fill her bowl up full of food so she'll be right for the day without me. So first stop is to pick up Monica, and she lives in Kishigawa, which is 30 minutes drive outside of Wakayama City, and I'm leaving early enough that I'm going to beat the traffic. We've decided to go to Komeda Coffee, which is another 17 minutes drive out from her house. And there is a bit of a lineup, so we're going to write our name down on the list and wait for our turn. And if you look closer, you'll see I'm writing my name in katakana, and it's a great segue to tell you about my new course. I've released my complete katakana course onto my website, and as you know, I'm an experienced high school Japanese teacher, and I've created some multimodal lessons to help people who are interested in learning Japanese. It's device responsive, so you can use your mobile or your computer, and there's a fun learning app that's included with the course. If katakana is not right for you, I also have hiragana and advanced hiragana. Check out my courses, www.chanijapan.com. If ever you're coming to Japan and you want a good coffee, I think Komeda Coffee have awesome coffee. We're lucky enough here in Wakayama, there's about 3 or maybe 4 coffee shops all within driving distance of me, and you get a good breakfast here as well. So we've had our planning meeting, and Monica has the longest list I've ever seen. I hope it all fits in the car. We'll have to wait and see. But we're headed off to Kane's, and this shop is pretty good. It also has a ceria inside, and it also has a grocery shop. So we're going to be able to do all of the things that she needs here in the one shop. It's like a one-stop shop. The only problem is I don't think the trolley's going to be big enough. I think we're going to probably need 2 trolleys. So cheap. Yeah, these are the humidifier. Well, I barely made it 2 meters into the front door, and already I'm finding some great bargains, like these little humidifying packages. I'm going to have to go and get myself a trolley now and buy some as well. They're all on sale today and it's a really good price. Then I also happened to come across some awesome bath salts, and the weather is just starting to turn, so it's getting a little bit cool, which is a signal for me to get some lovely bath salts to soak in the bath. These herbal ones are looking particularly good because they always help you sleep at night. As I mentioned, Saria is also inside this particular Cane's shop, and Monica's after some crockery as well. So Saria is a 100 yen shop, and they've got some really cool things. Old cat plates, quick, get me out of here. Monica's list has been so helpful for her to get all of the things that she needs to set up her new house, and I'm sure this would have been very hard for her to get home on her own. And I'm also a little bit guilty of buying a few things, but I did need them all, I promise. And Millie says thank you to the lovely subscriber Anne who shouted Millie a toy, and this little fishy is what I got her. Now to load up the car and head back to Monica's house, because we just heard that another lot of deliveries have arrived. So we have a lot more unpacking to do to get this house all set up and ready. Now these wooden things that you can see us unloading are mats that go underneath your futon in your futon cupboard. They just keep them off the ground and keep them aerated. So I think when Monica's not in the house, it's going to be great for her to have these, along with all the dehumidifiers that she's going to put around the house. Leaving a house unattended in Japan is not always great because of the air circulation that's needed to keep the mold away. Japan has really hot, humid summers, so it's that humidity that causes mold to grow. So the best thing you can do is what Monica's doing, and look at all the preventative measures like dehumidifiers and mats under your futons, and try and get someone to visit your house and open it up if you can, to just let that air go through it. So we've unpacked the car, and Monica has a lot of work ahead of her to get everything in place and where she wants it to be. And before I head home to Millie, I just wanted to have a quick walk around her neighborhood, I guess, just to see what was around and get a feel for the place. There's some lovely bamboo at the end of her street, so I was wondering what was there. And we saw it was a bit of a ravine that drops down, and there's a creek that runs around the back of it. Also noticed there was a few cars parked here on this sort of spare land, and there weren't any signs indicating no parking, so I'm curious if this was a communal parking area. And this is the community meeting center here at the end of her street, and we can just see the river down the bottom there. It's a bit far away, but it's definitely there. So it's been a wonderful time getting to know Monica, and it's amazing how we met through this channel. Just as we got back, we both realized we'd been attacked by mosquitoes down at the bamboo. Oh no. I don't know many foreigners that live here in Wakayama, so it's been a real treat to meet Monica and get to know her story. I think my Suzuki Every has done a great job as a delivery van today. So it's a camper and a delivery van. So stay tuned for next week, because I'm going to go through that massive haul that I did at the Cane's homeware store. I really bought a lot of stuff, all useful stuff I might add, but I'm going to save it up and show you what I got for next week's video. Hope you can stick around, and I can't wait to see you again next week. See ya.